Welcome to my capstone video for National Geographic. My name is Sheila Freehill and I work at Eagle Crest Elementary School as an English language learner specialist.
Humans and all living things need a healthy, balanced ecosystem to call home. In my capstone project, students explored wildlife and wild places using the inquiry process. They cultivated the learning frameworks of curiosity to empowerment. We researched the nesting behaviors of migratory birds around the world and in our community. Just as the National Geographic Learning Framework states, when children are interested in all areas of knowledge, they begin to conduct research and create ways of processing, exploring, and expressing their knowledge. My students did just that in this project. My second language learners in second grade have limited access to nature. They rarely spend time observing nature to cultivate a sense of wonder. It is vital to the survival of our planet to instill a love of nature and cultivate empathy for all living things. Students began this unit by reading to investigate, to build their background knowledge. They drew and labeled different examples of bird nests and later wrote descriptions to demonstrate their comprehension. Students made connections between human and animal needs and understood that we all need a place to nest. Students used skills of communication and observation to deepen their understanding, such as when Sabrina asked, "Why do different birds have different nests?" Or Shashir wanted to know, what were the birds' nests made out of? Observing nature broadened the students' perspective by using both macro and micro lenses of their local habitats. When it was time to go outside and look for animal homes, the children were thrilled to explore. They found rabbit dens, a robin's nest, and observed spiders and beetles in their habitat during their schoolyard exploration. The children were full of wonder and curiosity to understand nature and our connection to it. Students drew and took notes as a way to document their observations. We used field guides and binoculars to look closely and identify the birds and animals we discovered. As Crystal looked at a tree using binoculars, she said, There in the tree. There's a nest. I think it's a robin's nest." She was right. We connected our reading to the real world. This helped everyone look more closely and become more curious. In honor of the Year of the Bird, the National Geographic created an amazing website showing the migration paths of many species of birds. We used this throughout our lesson. Knowing it was the osprey's nesting season, I introduced them to the Boulder County Osprey Webcam. This virtual field trip experience allowed students to observe osprey nesting behavior up close and investigate the birds without even leaving the classroom. Students observed the collaboration effort between the male and female osprey as they worked to protect and care for their eggs. They never left their eggs unattended, taking turns and helping each other. Students were fascinated to learn that this pair of birds had been nesting together for 15 years. While they nest together, the osprey migrate south separately, but return yearly in March to prepare the nest. When we learned the osprey migrate to South and Central America, some of the students made connections to their family migration paths. Although the greatest impact of this project was my students' desire to challenge their own limits as learners and become change agents. Towards the end of the unit in May, while viewing the webcam, my second grader Nick said, Why is there plastic in that bird's nest?" He had made an amazing connection to how humans affect their physical environment in positive and negative ways, wondering where did that osprey get that plastic. This observation helped our class to begin to take action. We discussed solutions to protect the local osprey ecosystem. This coming year, we will begin a school-wide pledge to eliminate single-use plastics in our school. I was excited to see the positive impact this inquiry project had on my students and on my professional practice as a teacher. I will use the National Geographic Learning Frameworks again and again.